Hey everybody, second video of my series that we're going to start. Today we're going to make a chicken-like jambalaya meal. And we're going to put it over rice noodles and spiralized vegetables. Alright, let's get started. Alright, so as you can see, we have oil, paprika, onion, garlic, salt, pepper, a little turmeric, tomato paste, and a little bit of chicken broth base. All right. Now, when I do my seasonings, I don't like to do them individually. I like to just mix them up in a blend. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take this bowl. We're going to move it out the way for a minute. So we're going to take, and this is Himalayan sea salt. Okay. We're going to take the sea salt. There we go. I'll grind a little bit, maybe about a tablespoon. Now, I don't usually measure. I cook by taste, but for the sake of the video, we'll measure a little bit. So that is a tablespoon of salt. We're going to do maybe a quarter of a tablespoon of turmeric, because turmeric's pretty strong and you don't want it to overpower. We're going to do a tablespoon of garlic. Now you may think this is a lot, but we have a lot of chicken, so we want to make sure it has enough to season everything. Okay. We're going to use a tablespoon of onion. And it may need more. It may need, may need a little bit more because there is a lot of chicken. But again, this is just the start and we'll check it by taste. We're going to do, again, the paprika. We're going to do about a fourth of a tablespoon. Because again, paprika is a ground pepper and you don't want it to be too spicy. And we're going to do a couple of grounds of just fresh black pepper. Now, I'm going to mix this up. Now, I'm going to add the chicken base. And this here we got to be careful because the chicken base is also salty. So, you got to be careful with it. So, I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of chicken base. So we're going to mix that all up. Now as you can see, I have sausage. Now this is a chicken Italian sausage. Don't use pork. It's a chicken Italian sausage. And then this is a combination of chicken breast and chicken thighs. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put it in the bowl. Alright, and we're going to mix this spice mix pretty good. We'll mix it real well. Now, I'm going to break it up because I have a lot of pieces in here. So we're going to break it up. And then we're going to start seasoning. So we're not going to do it all at once. We're going to do some, mix it. We're going to put a little more. And mix it. Now that would also be a good spice blend you can use on your chicken too. Put that in a shaker bottle. I do have one that I have in a shaker bottle. Alright. Okay. One more. Mix this up. And again, that's why I like using these kind of bowls. It gives you the freedom and you don't have to use your hands as much unless it's necessary. Alright, we have one more. Dump that in. sink. All right, so it's seasoned. So now got that seasoned pretty well. Now what I'm going to add to that, I'm going to add a little bit of cornstarch to help it crisp up. All right, so we're going to add, I'll use the same spice cup. We're going to get another spoon because we don't want to cross-contaminate anything. All right, we're going to use, I'll say 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, and we'll kind of see how it goes from here. Now, the reason I'm doing these videos, I want to show people how you can cook a lot on a little bit. Believe it or not, this is only 1 chicken breast and 1 chicken thigh. This is only 2 pieces of sausage. You know, with money being tight, times being hard, you want to be able to eat good. You want to be able to feed your family. So, again, the purpose of these videos is to show you that you can do that. And you can eat well. You don't have to eat a lot of junk, a lot of fast food. You can do a lot of cooking at home. And trust me, your family appreciate it. So what I'm doing now, I'm just adding the cornstarch a little bit at a time because I don't want it to clump up. So I'm adding the cornstarch to it. And again, just stirring it around. Okay. Again, you want to do it in batches because you don't want big lumps of cornstarch. Now, while I'm doing that, I have a cast iron pan on the stove, heating up. Okay, so over there's a cast iron pan heating up. So we're going to wait till that gets good and hot. And then we can start cooking. We're going to cook the chicken first, because that's going to take the longest. You always want to cook what's going to take the longest first, because it's a timing issue. Always a timing issue. That way everything gets done in about the same time and nothing's left out cold or whatever. Alright, now, while the pan is heating up, we're going to let that sit. So now we're going to deal with, move this out the way, and that's the oil. We're going to move all this out the way. And we're going to get the spiralizer and the vegetables. Be right back. Okay, I'm going to sit this to the side while the pan is heating up. Alright, so we have squash, and we have some zucchini, and this is the spiralizer. I think I found this online or in a specialty store for maybe $5, $7. Not really hard to use. Alright, my pan is getting hot. I'm going to let you see what it looks like. When it starts to get hot, especially a cast iron, that's what you're looking for. Now that's been seasoned, so I don't have to add a lot of oil to it. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to add just a little bit of grapeseed oil. Now I like grapeseed oil and coconut oil because they have a very high smoke point, which means you can cook them at high temperatures. So I'm just going to add just a little bit. And we're going to fry this in batches. So we're not going to dump all of this in the pan at one time. We're going to fry it in batches. So I'm going to take a spoon and we'll just start putting it in. There we go. And we may have to do maybe 2 batches. And I want to lay it flat because I wanted to get a nice crisp on it too. Because even though we're going to have some gravy or sauce base, I still want it to have a little bit of crisp on it. Get a nice brown on it. So, alright, I think that's good. That way it doesn't steam and it's not crowded. Alright, we're going to leave that and let it cook for a minute. Alright, now we're going to come back over here. I'm going to start